think I'm going to clear something up from the last video. Somebody got in contact with me on Twitter and asked if in the first video, when I said we would talk about Guild Wars 2, thought I said Dildos 2. That's my fault. That is my fault. It's my accent. I'm the franchise. Franchise.com is my blog. You might have heard of it. I shove it down your throat all the time. So the franchise.com is where you find my blog, or you might be here on the YouTube channel where I host videos. If you want to find my blog, in the description. Last video I also said in the link. That's not a link. The link's in the description. If you've been on my blog before, if you're familiar with my work, my prose, my words, my stuff, if you're familiar with my blog, then you'll know I'm not averse to spending money on, see, I like to call them collectibles. Things that I like to buy and then possibly get me money back in years to come. Some people see me collectibles as wastes of money. I don't really waste money. I mean, I spend a bit. Alright, so I can't play it, but I will. Maybe. I know what you're thinking. You're 28-year-old. Why do you have a Nerf gun? Alright, not so much a collectible, but watch. Oh. This is the best blog you've ever read. Why would you not? Look, the PlayStation Move might have failed a little bit, but look how cool this is. Look how cool this is. I played like Killzone for like 5 minutes with this. And House of the Dead, I think. You never know when you're into like Hoover stuff, like floors or stairs, or like a collection of games that you haven't picked up in like a year. That's pretty good suction. That's good suction. I've got nothing. They might have been expensive at the time, but like these are like limited edition. That's what I'm led to believe. Like all of them have got red eye things on. You know what I mean? That being said, possibly I wasted money on some things. There's only one time I've ever thought to myself, could have kept that money, should have really bought something else with that, and that was with this. This is the PlayStation Vita, Sony's HD handheld. Came out last year, I think. I don't remember. Basically I paid quite a lot for that. If anybody else who's got a Vita, you know, they're not cheap. But up until now there hasn't really been a reason to buy one, or own one, or play on one. I've even like, I dropped it on an aeroplane and like gouged me trackpad. That's a mess. That's a mess. That's a lot of money. But just yesterday they released the firmware download for this bad boy, meaning you can play PlayStation 1 classics on your Vita, on the go, tremendous. Well, technically, you could play PS1 classics on your PSP, which is like cheaper alternative for the same thing. But why would you play PSP when you could play on a Vita with a better screen and like not use any of the cool functions like the back touchpad or the, what's that thing called, accelerometer? So I downloaded the firmware and jumped on the PlayStation Store to see what classics were available, and you do get quite a few. You get some reasonably good titles as well from back in the day. Let's just have a quick look at some of them. Grenade mug. I don't know if you can see, but like there's a load of PlayStation classics on there. Some absolute gems as well that you need to have. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, Judge Dredd. I don't even remember if that was any good. It's just on the list. Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear was a tremendous game. X. G Police. Who didn't have Tekken? Who didn't have Tekken? Tekken 2. Who didn't have Tekken 2? Fear Effect. Ugh. Like, Borderlands did cell shading. Fear Effect had some sort of weird, cartoony shell shading? Sort of weird, cartoony cell shading. Driver was good. Crash. Bandicoot. Fighting Force. Who didn't have Fighting Force? Fighting Force was classic. 3D Streets of Rage. Something. Reloaded. Look at that. I didn't even see that the first time I was on here. Silent Hill. Terrifying. Siphon Filter. Do you remember Siphon Filter? I like waited like 2 months for Siphon Filter. I bought like a pirated copy of Siphon Filter, and the lad I bought it off just kept forgetting to give us it. Like, I didn't forget to give you my money. Where's my game? I think Siphon Filter 3 was out by the time I got the first one. Look at that. Look and listen. Duh. Memories. Seriously though, of all the PlayStation 1 classics, of all the PlayStation 1 titles, if you're in my generation, you had a PlayStation 1. It was the law. You know what I mean? Everybody had a PlayStation 1. And if there's one game probably still up there at the top of me best game of all time list, I don't know if it's top, but it's up there. Final Fantasy VII. What a game. What a game that was. The emotion. You move me. Final Fantasy VII was like probably in fact I think it was the first game I ever cried at a game. Like some little chubby 13-year-old just weeping onto a wired pad that was full of teeth marks when I got kicked all over on Tekken. I used to just like bite the pad. Just anger issues big time. Could have been the bullying. Like Final Fantasy, just what a game. Like I remember, I think I've wrote about this on my blog before, but I remember on Final Fantasy VII, I got through like disc 3. What? A week of my life, solid. I was like disc 3, leveled all my characters up, all my guys were there, had the team, Cloud, Vincent, Sid, Dream Team. So I had the team, disc 3, smashed it, ready to just finish the game, really, basically ready to, I think I was holding back, I didn't want the experience to end. Pardon me. Around about the same time I was doing disc 3, like XCOM Enemy Unknown, that was like out, and one of my mates who I went to school with was like, oh, you need to try this game, it's amazing, it's like a turn-based strategy game sort of thing, very much similar to the Final Fantasy fighting sort of system. Sinus sort of system, similar to the Final Fantasy fighting system, and I bought XCOM, took it home, popped the lid on the PS1, game in, started playing it, just message, you haven't got space on the memory card. Do you want to make space? Do you want to make space? Clicked yes. Clicked yes. It's the worst day of my life. It's the worst day of my life. Worst day of my life. Lost everything. XCOM just wiped the full memory card. Not just like, I'm gonna need a couple of blocks here. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Just these two. That's all I need. No. Just went in. Kiboshed the lot. You don't need this. I will bin that. And you don't need any of these. We bin all of those. Like a week. Like a week's worth. Not like I played for an hour for 7 days. I must have put like a full, whatever 7 times 24 is. I just remember ringing me mate. Just crying down the phone. 13-year-old boy. Just crying down the phone. It was a house phone. Didn't have mobiles. I was 13. I think his dad answered as well. As an alarming telephone call to pick up, isn't it? It's like a 13-year-old girl crying down the phone. Oh god. So that's about it for this post. I just wanted to bring it to your attention that the firmware is there. If you own a Vita, if you've still got your Vita, I know quite a few people, I talked to a few guys on Twitter who traded theirs in because there was nothing. There was nothing for the Vita. Once you played Uncharted, and like Unit 13 was alright. Once you played Dome, once thou hast played them, once you played them, you could kind of like, you were stuck, really. FIFA was good, FIFA is good, but you might as well have bought it on the PS3. But now you've got the classics. I think it's just going to help tide you over until the Vita comes into its own. It's had a difficult childhood, let's just say. It was a bit of a weird child, didn't want to socialise with anybody. I don't care what the games are, I'm not playing them. Like now you've got the classics to help tie you over until the Vita comes into its own, and you've got the likes of your Assassin's Creed Liberation, Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified, Little Big Planet, FIFA 13, PlayStation All Stars is going to the Vita. There's a few games coming to the Vita, so there might be life in the old dog yet. This little hunk might just come good. We'll see. We'll see if you're worth what I paid for you. That's about it. I've been the franchise. Don't forget to, what is it the YouTubers say? Like the video. You gotta like it, or subscribe if you're on YouTube, or visit me blog. Don't forget to visit me blog. I do writing on there. Bit of a wordsmith, bit of a raconteur, you might say. No, not the band. Good with words. I tell a story. I spin a yarn. Go to the blog. The link's in the description. The link is in the description. It's down there. If you're on my blog, I love you. I love you. You make this shit worthwhile. Swore again? What is with me? Me poop mouth? Check the blog out. Subscribe on YouTube. And until next time, laters. Why do I not have a Valve Portal Prop Replica Aperture Science handheld portal device? Click!